we carefully consider the progress that South Africa has made in promoting gender equality and women's empowerment, the challenges that remain, and more importantly, the lessons that we have learned. I commend the Gender Commission for having taken this step and all those partners who organized this event. It is a significant step that can improve coordination by various stakeholders who assist with promoting gender equality. As we reflect on the progress that South Africa has made, it's important that we set a tone that allows us to celebrate, but also not to shy away from some of the challenges that we face and grapple with them head on. In our 20 years of democracy, this is indeed a healthy debate, and it is commendable that we sit here as government, as NGO, as all formations of the gender machinery. I am here as an extension of that gender machinery representing the United Nations, but I'm part of the gender machinery of every country in that position. Let me just highlight, for those of you who may not be familiar with the mandate of UN Women, what our key themes and focus areas are. It is ending violence against women. It is leadership and participation. It is women and peace and of course, in conflict. I think a comrade from AU will speak about that. It is addressing gender responsive budgeting and women's economic empowerment. So those are the areas that we focus on. And in fact, the reason why Comrade Chairperson of the Gender Commission, I'm unable to be with you here this evening, it is because I'm rushing back, because we are actually engaging the World Bank and ministers of finance of the world on gender responsive budgeting. Hopefully we will be making a breakthrough. And that meeting starts on Saturday. Our mandate also includes, as many of you would be familiar, responsibility for the United Nations normative agenda in relation to women, which means policy making, presenting and ensuring the adoption of appropriate resolutions. And of course, CSW is one of those forums in which we exercise our normative agenda. We are also responsible for coordination throughout the United Nations of all the gender focal points, but also coordinating and collaborating with all partners beyond the United Nations. The member states are critical, and ministries, partners in civil society, as well as private sector. As in particular, with reference to civil society, we also have an advisory committee, which again, Mrs. Diop sits in, which ensures that our founding mothers, who are the civil society as UN Women, continue to provide us with the guidance that we need as UN Women. We are the only United Nations agency that has got that relationship with civil society, which is structured in that way, and we hold that very dear. We also have a responsibility for advocacy, which is, again, is an area where we are also able to collaborate and to coordinate with different stakeholders. So some of you who are here today were with us in the 58th Commission on the Status of Women in New York, where we reflected on the MDGs and looked ahead on what we have to do in post-2015 development agenda that will replace the MDGs. The post-2015 development agenda is known as Sustainable Development Goals. The Gender Commission and the ministry here in South Africa was represented, and the delegation was ably led by Minister Xingwana, accompanied by Deputy Minister Tabiete. We also had a strong civil society delegation which participated in the different side events. Allow me to express my thanks and appreciation for a very strong role and leadership that was provided by Minister Lulu Xingwane, who led the South African delegation. I can tell you the discussions were robust. You needed someone as robust as her to be in that room. There were many differences, which also shows you that this issue of women's emancipation and empowerment has not been won in all its facets. There were robust discussions, there were differences, and in fact, there was a threat that some of the gains that we've already won as far as Beijing were going to be lost in some of the debates that were there. And that is why I was so thankful for the strength, the determination, as well as the commitment that was shown by the South African delegation, as well as many other delegations for other parts of the world. SADC in particular distinguished itself in those debates.